Ever feel like just climbing a flight of stairs has become a major workout, or that getting up from a chair takes a little more oomph than it used to? It's something so many of us feel after 60, and we're often told, well, that's just part of getting older. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? Not even close. Science has actually found a very specific reason this happens, and believe it or not, the solution is waiting for you in your kitchen.
That's right. That frustrating feeling of your legs not being what they used to be, it is not an inevitable part of aging. It's a specific, treatable condition. It's a chemical breakdown that scientists have finally put a name to. And more importantly, they've figured out how we can fight back.
And here's what it's called: silent muscle collapse. It sounds a little scary, but all it really means is that your muscles are literally being starved of the specific nutrients they need to repair themselves and grow stronger. So the big takeaway here is this: it's not about your age, it's about your nutrition.
So just how big of a deal is this? Well, get ready for this number, because it's a shocker. According to the Journal of Geriatric Medicine, after you hit 60, your body's ability to create the proteins needed to fix your leg muscles can plummet by an incredible 99%. That's basically grinding to a halt. Your muscles are losing their ability to rebuild. But that is not where the story ends.
Here's the amazing part. Researchers have found that specific foods can actually wake up your dormant muscle cells and kick that rebuilding process back into high gear. So today, we are going to count down the top 5 science-backed foods that can help you fight back against silent muscle collapse and reclaim the strength in your legs.
All right, kicking off our list at number 5 is probably one you didn't see coming: sweet potatoes. Yeah, we're all conditioned to think protein, protein, protein for muscles, right? But it turns out these guys are a secret weapon for building muscle endurance.
And this isn't just a wild guess. Check this out. A Harvard study found that older folks who ate sweet potatoes just 4 times a week had 60% more type 2 muscle fibers. And those are the fast-twitch fibers, the ones that give you that burst of power to climb stairs or get up from a chair without a second thought. That's a huge deal.
So how on earth does a sweet potato do all that? Well, it's all about something called beta-carotene. Your body converts it into vitamin A, which then acts like rust-proofing for your mitochondria. Those are the tiny little engines inside your muscle cells. This process protects them from damage and keeps them firing on all cylinders.
But hold on, to get the most out of them, how you prepare them really matters. The best way is to steam them whole with the skin still on. That locks in all the good stuff. Then, and this is key, you want to pair it with a healthy fat, like a little drizzle of olive oil. That helps your body absorb all that powerful beta-carotene. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the humble, and maybe a little controversial, sardine. I know, they might get overlooked in the grocery store aisle, but these little fish are an absolute powerhouse for protecting the muscle mass you've already got. And if you don't believe me, just look at this study from the University of Barcelona. It's incredible. Over 5 years, people who ate sardines just twice a week experienced 78% less muscle loss in their legs compared to those who didn't. That is a staggering difference. You're not just slowing down muscle loss, you're practically stopping it in its tracks. So what is their secret? It's that they are literally a complete package deal. You get omega-3s to keep your muscle cells supple, a ton of easily absorbable calcium from their tiny edible bones, vitamin D to boost strength, and a top-tier protein with an amino acid called leucine, which basically sends a direct signal to your muscles that says, hey, it's time to grow. All right, at number 3 on our list, black beans. And their superpower is really unique. They protect your muscles while you're sleeping. This is so critical because a lot of that age-related muscle breakdown actually happens overnight.
And listen to this finding from the National Institute on Aging. It's just jaw-dropping. They did MRI scans and found that the leg muscles of older people who regularly ate black beans looked on a cellular level 10 to 15 years younger than people who didn't. Think about that. A visual reversal of the aging process inside your muscles.
So what's the magic trick here? It's all about something called resistant starch. It's the special kind of fiber in black beans. Now, you can't digest it, but the good bacteria in your gut absolutely love it. They feast on it and produce a compound called butyrate. And then, this is the amazing part, that butyrate travels through your bloodstream all the way to your leg muscles and sends a signal that prevents them from wasting away. It's a direct link from your gut health to your leg strength.
Okay, we've arrived at our runner-up. At number 2, it's the simple, perfect, incredible egg. If you're looking to not just hang on to your muscle but to actively build new muscle, well, the egg is the perfect trigger.
And right now, we have to bust a huge persistent myth. For decades, we were told, eat the egg whites, ditch the yolk. But research from the University of Illinois proved that's just plain wrong. They found that eating whole eggs, yolk and all, sparked 57% more muscle growth than eating just the whites. Why? Because the yolk is a goldmine of nutrients like choline and vitamin D that work together with the protein to flip on your body's muscle-building switch.
But I can hear you thinking it. What about the cholesterol? Well, you can relax. A massive recent study that looked at 500,000 people found that eating up to 1 whole egg a day actually improved heart health in older adults. That old cholesterol myth has been officially completely debunked. It's time to welcome the whole egg back to your breakfast plate.
And here we are, the moment you've been waiting for. The #1 most powerful, most effective food for rebuilding your leg strength after 60. This one isn't just about protecting or preserving. This is about actively turning back the clock. It's wild-caught salmon.
Just let this number sink in for a second. A landmark study from Washington University found that older adults who added wild salmon to their diet just 3 times a week saw their leg strength increase by a whopping 68%. And get this, that was in only 16 weeks, 4 months. That's not just a small improvement. That is absolutely life-changing strength. So what is salmon's secret weapon? It's an incredibly potent antioxidant called astaxanthin. It's actually the natural compound that gives salmon its beautiful pink color. It travels deep inside your muscle cells and wraps itself around those little cellular power plants, the mitochondria, creating a protective force field that shields them from the kind of damage that leads to weakness and fatigue. So there you have it, your complete muscle rebuilding toolkit. You've got wild salmon as the ultimate rebuilder, eggs as the trigger for new growth, black beans working as your overnight protector, sardines to preserve the muscle you have, and sweet potatoes to build that crucial foundation of endurance. Each one plays a unique, powerful, and scientifically proven role in getting you stronger.
You know, your legs have carried you through decades of your life, through countless steps, journeys, and stories. The science is crystal clear. What you choose to put on your plate directly fuels their strength for the road ahead. So the only real question left is, how are you going to fuel their next journey?